Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 7 here in Police Systems. This week we've got a few things going on. But first, let's talk about things that were due last week, or actually, in some cases, the week before. I've still got some students who have not submitted their research paper. At this point, you've already lost 20 points, so the best you can make on the paper is an 80. Keep in mind, no matter how low that score goes, even if you get down to the point where you would have a 20 or 30 on there, you still have to submit the paper, because you have to not only submit a research paper, it has to have an interview in it, and you have to present the paper. So in order to pass the class, or in this course, do the ride-along, which has an interview with the officer you're riding with. So those are requirements to pass the course. You can't just take a 0 on it and say, okay, well, I'm going to still, maybe it'll hurt my grade, but I'm going to still pass, because you're not. You've got to get it done. So, and quite frankly, those people that aren't doing them probably aren't watching this video. So all you watching it, y'all are doing a great job, unless you happen to be one of the ones that just decided to, come look at the page. I've still got a couple people who have not submitted that have submitted their research paper, who have not submitted their presentation. I've got one who submitted their presentation, the PowerPoint, but didn't do the video. And then I've got one who tried to submit the presentation, but it didn't go through, and they have no video. So, the one that tried, I will send you an email to let you know that all I've got is a little blue dot, and it's supposed to be a gold dot. So that's not working out. So that's where we're at. We're going to talk about what's going to come up next week in a minute, as far as looking at other students' videos, asking questions, and then the following week after that, answering those questions in a minute. And you can start earlier. I've got a couple of them up, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and talk about what else we've got going on. That is due at the end of this week. So for this week, we're going to be looking at Chapter 7 in your book on the backbone of policing. Start working on the exam review as you go. Make sure you complete that. And you're going to watch the video, read the chapter of the book, take the quiz, make a 100 on it. If you don't, take it again till you make a 100. But at least you have to make a 70 so you can move on to Chapter 8. And Chapter 8's right before we have our exam, so it's kind of important you get that done. You again have to make the original post and the follow-up post. I've still got people that aren't doing the discussions correctly. I would think at some point they would realize that they're not making a 100 on it. Everybody should make a 100 on the discussion. It's very simple to do. And again, that will help your grade, kind of like the getting a 100 on the quizzes will help your grade. So do them correctly. If you get in 90 or 80s or whatever on it, look at the rubric. It tells you what you did wrong. It tells you what you were lacking. So please do that. And now, just kind of briefly talking about what's going to come up in week 8, and it's on your discussion. I've actually got a couple of the videos there. I'm going to go ahead and show you on week 8 the discussion. Just if you want to get a jump on it, it's not due this week. It will be due next week, and I do not have all the videos up. In fact, I've got only, I think, 4 of them who had submitted their videos early. Submitted them before the midnight deadline last night as I'm shooting this video. So the video is, in this discussion assignment, you will need to watch at least 3 different student videos and ask each one of them at least one question. When you're choosing these presentations, look at the number of responses that already has, and please choose the one that has the least number of questions already. I don't want the first 3 up to have 20 questions asked and the last 3 or 4 have 0 questions. So spread it out, spread the wealth. So the first week you're going to ask the questions. The second week of this assignment, so week 8, you're going to ask the questions. Week 9, you will answer the questions. You get 25 points for asking 3 different questions of different students. And then you get 25 points when you answer the questions that were asked of you. So it's worth part of your presentation discussion score, and it will be, again, 100 points. So let me show you where you see how many questions they've read. Like I said, I've got 4 of them up there now. The total post over here will go up when you've got someone asking a question. So you just click on here to watch the video. And I want to warn you, whoops, I've got an error message, so I got to figure out why I had an error message and try to fix that. Let me see if any of the others have an error message. Yep, okay. I was having difficulty with ShareStream not working yesterday, so I will get them uploaded and working before next week. I'm glad I didn't do all of them and then find out that because they were working on my home computer. I'm at work now. They're obviously not working, but they will be working before before the end of this week. If I have to get with ShareStream and try to figure out what the problem was. Okay, well, that's what I have for you this week. I will again talk to you. If you owe me some of those research papers or anything, please get them in. I don't want anybody to fail the course because they didn't write a research paper. I'll talk to you later. See you next week.